ASMR, bitch.
I was gonna say is like you start here and then you like go to the throat for the swallow.
God play.
Why do you know more about ASMR than you really should?
On that note, well, that piqued the shit out of it.
Of course it did.
Sorry, let me try again. On that note, welcome to the JKT podcast, JKT radio podcast, I should say.
We do have a name.
Yes, of course. We are, as you've probably noticed, one person short.
We're missing our child host.
One child host short. She, unfortunately, went on a grand adventure to the Balcony Mountains to go and fetch a potion. In vain, he managed to get himself cured up with some fucking cold pills he found on the ground, and
Actually,
here he is today.
That's bullshit. I can never be fixed.
Fair enough.
I'm a broken boy.
Fair enough. Well, we're all broken in one way or the other.
The inside and the outside.
Exactly.
We're ruining this bit.
So, I am your substitute man-child host for this evening.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what? That makes you Victoria a
No,
pedophile.
no. This is not how
Let's not get into that. Oh, sweet jazzers. All right. Well,
Glad I'm back now.
No.
Right? God damn. Well, are we ready to get started then?
Yep.
Are we ever?
Possibly.
I mean, true. So,
By the way, if you hear crunching, we're all eating popcorn because
We
we're
are.
fat fucks.
yeah, fair
To be
warning
fair, I
and
haven't
apologies.
Anything to eat today.
What is wrong with you?
I had
Actually, it's a total-
lasagna.
I've totally eaten things. I just realized as soon as I started eating this that I'm super fucking hungry.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, oh, this snack is starting to become my entire meal.
Gotta love it when that happens, right?
I had lasagna today. That was it. Yeah, they had like this like they're doing this like around the world food thing. So like yesterday was Mexican food, like enchiladas or something. And then today they had lasagna with garlic bread for like $6.99 at the school. So I'm like, well, I wasn't gonna get food, but I am now.
Yeah.
And I think I might have peaked a little bit.
Whatever. I peeked it from earlier, so there's no way to tell now.
We like to peak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially Trevor, the
I
one who's
know.
always telling us not to peek.
Mr.
Yeah.
Matt Screen.
I know. I can't. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Smash brings out the worst of us.
Yes. Anyways.
If you'd like to know what we're talking about,
Oh yeah.
Go to JKT.
we have a gaming channel
I
now.
actually don't know what the name of it is this
Go
time.
to. It's called JKT Gaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of many.
Yeah, and our first episode should be up there. It's a Smash Bros. Tournament that we've decided will be an annual thing now, whether you like it or not.
Hopefully you like it.
Hopefully you will.
But if not, well, too bad.
I mean, if you don't like it, it's literally YouTube. You could just watch something else.
It is very true,
Yeah,
but we would greatly appreciate it if you watched all the way through and like
Please.
comment and subscribed.
And like actually just, interact with us. We know you're out there.
We're
And
lonely.
while you're at it, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe to this one? It's a little early, but I figure I may as well.
Ding ding bell. Hit the bell.
Right.
I was gonna English. but
Ding
it's-
dong and ring the bell.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Anyways, do we have any topics? For
Anyways,
today? Aside
so
from
I
mine?
have a couple things here. So you've heard of our boy,
It
and
was English.
it was English.
It was yoy.
Okay, whatever. You know what I meant.
No,
So,
I said it wrong.
Oh, okay. Again, whatever. So Markiplier and a buddy of his, Ethan from Crank Gameplays, have started a channel called Unis Honest, which I think it means 1 year. Which, like, the premise of the whole thing is, like, what if you only had a year?
Do you mean unos años? It doesn't have
They
the
they
tilde?
they pronounce it Unis Honest.
Okay, just because if it's Spanish,
Yeah,
anos, it
I
means
think
asshole.
I think
Yeah.
it's Latin.
Oh, anus.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, it sounds like you're saying asshole.
Babe, you have anus on the brain.
Well, don't I always?
Wow. But yes, they've started this channel, and basically the premise of the entire thing is, what if you only had a year to live, and you just wanted to do as many things in that year as possible. So they've taken it upon themselves to make sure that they do something different every day for a year.
Oh, that's cool.
It is. It's really interesting, and I quite like the idea. I'm a little pissed that they thought of it first.
Well, I mean, they're
And I mean, they have a wider audience to branch out to begin with anyway, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point.
Okay.
But yeah, like for like the first video that I saw that got me hooked on it was what were they doing? They were doing makeshift sensory deprivation tank.
Oh,
which basically consisted of a bathtub, a tarp, and like construction headphones to block out the sound.
Okay.
It was very crafty and interesting to watch.
I wonder if they did that because they saw it used on Fringe.
Well,
That wasn't really makeshift. That was an actual sensory deprivation.
Yeah, but
thing.
still,
Yeah.
they did the whole sensory deprivation thing. So I wonder
I
if
mean,
that
lots of
was.
people have.
yeah, and this didn't look as like official or properly put together as Fringe did.
Yeah, because Fringe was legit. In
It
I mean,
was,
it's also
yeah.
Markiplier.
I mean, that is very true. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a difference between Markiplier and Walter Bishop.
Just a bit.
Just a
Teeny
bit.
tiny bit.
Yeah, so highly recommend you check them out. It's very funny. They've
You can
done.
find the channel. I couldn't find it.
It's not that hard to find. It showed up in my recommended.
Oh, YouTube just hates me.
Fair.
YouTube
Just okay. Search up cupping, and you will find it. There are 3 different videos
I'm
of it
going to
now.
try that
Cupping
now.
is, Devin?
Yes.
Do you?
It's not dirty.
It's not.
I am.
It sounds like it
realizing what it is now.
It sounds like
oh.
it should be, but it's not.
Well, just because have you ever worn a cup?
No. What are you talking about?
What?
That's not
Devin,
what
you
cupping
don't
It
know
is
what you're
not
talking
that.
about.
It is 100% not that.
It's kind of a
Therapy
healing-
thing.
Yeah, therapy.
Yeah, it's like along the same
I'm
lines
not
as like
saying that's what
acupuncture and
cupping
shit like
is,
that.
Is that if I hear cupping, I automatically think of a cup as in one that one wears.
I know, that's what I thought as well until
And
I
I'm
saw
like,
the video.
"Ugh." Even though I know that's not what it is, my brain's just
Yes.
bad.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Fire
so
cupping therapy.
yeah, it was yeah. Yeah, it was
cup-
weird. But yeah,
Never mind.
highly recommend. Check them out. It's very funny. Just the videos that they've come up with so far. And they have like little messages at the end of it. It's supposed to be all ominous and like
Oh,
mysterious
yeah.
and shit like that.
I mean, how many alter egos does he have now?
Oh fuck! I don't know.
There's like what Googleplier, Darkiplier.
Dank
Do we
flyer.
want to count Septiplier?
That's not an alter ego. It's just a ship.
That is true.
Oh, God.
God
No,
damn
there's
it,
Wharf
internet.
Stash,
Oh yeah, Wilford Wharfstash.
and then the Doctor, whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, didn't he do like an entire video with
Yeah.
all of his altars in there?
Probably. He's done probably a few of those.
Yeah.
And now he's got like the Heist with Markiplier dude,
Yep.
which I still haven't seen. I'm bad.
You really should. It's really good.
And then there was like whatever the other dude was from like that winter, that chilled one. When he's in the ice or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
That was from a while ago.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yes. Anyways, the only other thing that I had on here. Okay, I knew what I meant, but first looking at it, it took me a while to figure it out. I literally just have it as Fukin Finter Wonderland.
What the
Sorry,
hell?
what?
Fukin Finter Wonderland.
I
And I know what I meant, but it just looks really weird.
Is that the German title for Frozen 2?
Ha! It could be.
I hope it is.
But no, what it literally is. So, Fukin is just my interpretation of fucking.
Well,
It's PG.
Yeah.
oh, I
Yeah,
found it
it's
finally.
it's my PG version to go along with Heckin.
Oh, yeah, Heckin Fook.
Yeah, Heckin Fook.
Yeah,
Or,
Heckin
you know,
Fook
just Irish.
That too. That very yeah, exactly.
That is a dirty
And then-
stereotype, Chris.
No, that's their
And that
actual
put the
accent.
goddamn cards away.
I can't. they're
Fuck
so-
sakes.
they're so fun.
Fuchs
You have a
sakes.
job to do. Fook sakes. Yeah, Heckin Fook.
What's my job right now?
Talking.
About what?
About what I'm
Things.
talking about.
You're not talking about.
I'm trying to, but you're getting distracted, and I'm distracted, so everybody's
Yeah,
distracted.
talking about your fucking Finterland.
I fucking will.
God.
Swear on me,
us.
mum.
I'll bash your fucking head in, I swear on me, mum.
Otherwise, there'll be battens.
You
That
scared
still
the cat.
peaked no matter what you did.
Yeah, probably. Whatever. It's Jason's problem now.
The peaking is inevitable.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways,
The peaking
so
is coming.
Finter is what I have labeled the current season that we're in
Ah,
because technically it's fall,
not really.
but it feels like winter.
What do you mean not really?
So it's Finter.
It's barely fall.
Exactly. We had like 2 days of fall.
That's what he's saying.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
It is officially fall, but yeah.
Yeah, but like realistically, we had like those 2 days when all of the leaves fell, and now apparently,
Fall is supposed to be rainy, and I mean, I don't want the rain, but like,
No, not
Yeah.
necessarily. Like, if you're talking like about Vancouver, then yeah, generally.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
yeah,
referring
fair.
to.
Okay, yeah.
Vancouver's fall is rainy. It's
Like
not
our
cold
our
and
winter is more rainy
dry.
than anything.
Not well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been changing quite a bit over the past like couple of years.
Yeah.
Global warming.
Thanks,
is a
global
myth.
warming.
Change, like, that's why.
You can't see my quotation marks.
Yep, air quotes.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, the Wonderland was because I heard and confirmed, unfortunately, it's calling for snow next week.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I believe that, honestly.
No, I can believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too. It's
Some parts
definitely
of the city,
cold
maybe?
enough.
I
But,
don't
like,
want
not-
to believe it because my job is driving places.
I want to believe it, but I
What
don't,
are you
I don't
talking
know if I
about? Your
believe
job is this.
Yeah, this is our job. It's a great internship.
it.
With those good old exposure bucks.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Well, I mean, everything online is an exposure.
This is true. Especially porn.
Well,
Hey,
I wasn't gonna go
ba-doom.
there, but like you did.
Yep.
But no, I would believe that it's gonna snow because like, are we really this Canadian that we're just gonna talk about the weather?
I know, right?
Let's
Now
move
for
on
the-
here.
But yeah, no, like it smells like snow.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So
and of course, this all doesn't help with the
Transit
transit
strike,
strikes.
which
That's
was
literally
actually
going
on my
on. Hey, there we go. Well, that's a hell of a fucking segue. Let's go right into it.
yeah, I don't want that.
Well,
Nobody wants
No, I
it.
don't mean I don't want the strike, but
Yeah.
I understand their reasoning behind
Yeah.
it.
I feel
100%.
like we should explain to anyone listening who's not from here what is happening.
yeah,
I don't
basically-
even know what's really happening.
So the
They don't get
transit
paid
system-
enough.
Okay, so the transit system in like the Vancouver area, the workers are going on strike because it's not really about being paid. It's more about their working conditions.
yeah, that's true.
Like they don't.
It's like overtime and stuff like that.
yeah, like first of all, overtime is being basically expected by transit.
they're not really given like
they're not given any bathroom breaks really, or
Nope.
any time to eat
Nope.
or
Yeah.
at all, and they get verbally assaulted like every day basically.
Yeah.
And-
People are shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean like they do make more than some, but they not as much as they should.
not as much as they should.
Yeah,
no.
but again, like money isn't the big issue for them right now.
No.
So,
I mean I totally support the strike.
oh yeah,
However, I am also very fucked next week
Yeah.
because again, so there's been all sorts of things like with delays and all that stuff with the strikes, but now they're calling for they're holding the city hostage, which again, good for them. Bad time of year to do it because like
Yeah.
there's gonna be no
Really
transit,
bad
like
time.
no
Well,
busing
it's
at all.
really bad for people like you who have to transit everywhere.
Yeah. So when I go to school, I take when I go to my university, I take 3 trains and 3 buses to get there, and then the same back unless I'm getting a ride. And then for work, I take 2 buses and a train, or well, technically 2. But the thing is that so it's gonna happen on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday's okay because like I can miss 1 day of class. I already do. Thursday I have work. And Friday, I have 2 exams, which I cannot
Oh,
miss.
shit.
And I have no way of getting to class.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't go there, it's not just me that it fucks over, because I'm doing a project with somebody else.
Yeah.
That if I'm not there, it fucks with half of her mark too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, please negotiate so I don't have to
Well,
find a
I
way or
mean,
like stay over at her
The union
house.
has tried to negotiate, but the CEO doesn't want to. So everyone's blaming the workers. It's
Yeah,
not their fault.
Yeah.
I'm just like, great. Like, I totally support you, but this is a really bad time.
Yeah, like
to
get
do
mad
it.
at like their.
Oh no, I am.
Yeah, like because just
I'm not
all
mad at the
time,
transit.
Like, for the past
Yeah.
like 2 weeks now, I've been seeing like these articles on Facebook about like the strike and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are like they're being selfish. It's like they're not being
No.
selfish whatsoever. They're just wanting better working conditions,
Yeah.
which is everyone should have. And then obviously the company they work for is
Kind of
clearly like loving how much the workers are being put in a bad
Yeah.
light when it's
Yeah,
their
yeah.
fault.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I totally support the workers, but I'm just like,
Yeah, it's inconvenient.
this is
definitely.
really not great
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
and there are a
exactly.
lot of people in the city who do depend on transit. That does really suck.
Yep,
But
yep.
like,
Because who wants to drive in right now?
yeah, well, like also if you
I
don't
mean,
have a car
true,
or
yeah.
anything too. Like if you don't have your license, like
Yeah, no,
then you do
I've no
depend.
desire
Yeah.
for a license.
And of
because-
course, the housing and rent is insane, so
Yeah.
people are forced to move further and further away
Yeah.
from the city.
Exactly.
Yeah, so just
Yay,
like.
capitalism.
Right?
Just like the whole situation is really
Fuck's
shitty, but
sakes.
it's not the workers' fault. It's the company that they work for, and the company isn't moving their stance whatsoever.
No.
So
No, they're definitely playing for keeps right now, which
They're holding the city
I
hostage.
respect, but also I'm just like, guys, come on. We also there's like millions and millions of people who rely on this particular
I mean-
service, and if you're not gonna I feel like it also does fall on to
Well, my
other
question-
places to be understanding of the fact that this is happening right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
like I
feel
mean, what are they supposed to do though if they're not
Yeah,
getting
well,
anywhere with their own?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the CEO
Like,
better
this is the
fucking
last
face.
resort that they're doing, and so they can't. Like, they're not doing it to please everyone else. They're doing it because they say
They
like,
gotta prove
I'm
how mu-
tired of like
Yeah.
not peeing for 8 hours or
Yeah,
something.
It's like they're proving to the CEOs or like whoever else is in charge, just how much the city and the surrounding cities actually need transit.
Yeah.
And without that, well, the entire city kind of comes to a standstill. So you better negotiate something,
Yep.
Yeah, figure it out, guys,
Yeah.
please.
please,
Yeah.
before the strike, at least before Thursday. Like, please.
Right.
I
Exactly.
can handle Wednesday. Just figure it out for Thursday.
Oh, and it was funny. So I was talking with a coworker today about this, and she was saying because I guess China was dealing with the same type of deal,
with the Hong Kong thing.
something like that. I can't remember what it was, but apparently she said what they did was like they just ran all of the transit systems
Yeah.
completely free.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
see,
like
that would-
the buses are completely free. Just open the gates to all the sky trains
See, that
and
would
just
be
see.
so much more convenient for us, but also like again.
Well, yeah,
they're
no,
still
but
working.
yeah, but like once the company sees how much money they lose in a day, then maybe they'll turn the fucking heads around and they're like, okay, we'll negotiate with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it's just, but they're still having to work, and they're.
I
still-
know,
yeah,
That's of course the flip side of that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think that one's more about because it was more about the money and less about the
The conditions.
the
yeah,
conditions.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, no, I read it was about a week ago. Someone on my Facebook shared a story. It was the wife of one of the like a bus driver or something, and like
The video.
no, not it was on video. It's like just like a letter kind of thing. Like she wrote like an average day in this guy's life, and it was like he got up at like he was like went to work at like 5:30, and like then due to like the outdated like GPS, it didn't account for traffic or construction whatsoever. So he was already like 40 minutes late by the time he got to like his first stop or something like that. So
Yeah, and of course when people like when the drivers like if they're late for any reason, like the people get mad.
and they can complain.
Yeah, and I
so.
mean, like I always feel bad because, like, for example, when I remember a couple years ago, I used to take the 157 pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And like I was always annoyed with that bus because it was never reliable.
Yeah.
Like it would, especially at the stop, it would never like at the train station, it would never. Sometimes it would be timed it wouldn't show up for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I mean, or like it wouldn't show up, or like it paused there so the person can go get on a break. And it's like, on one hand, I do feel for you. On the other hand, I too would like to go home.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's a matter of, you know, do we want to be selfish or like,
Yeah.
do we want to actually care about other living beings and not that aren't able to pee?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a difficult situation. It's CEOs who make over $100,000 a year and like don't want to like help their employees. Like honestly,
I think $100,000 a year is lowballing
I
it a
said
little
over.
bit. Oh,
so,
yeah,
like,
fair
I don't know
enough.
how much
Yeah.
exactly, but like stop being a sociopath and give your employees better working conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a bare minimum thing to ask for is
Really?
like, you know,
Yeah.
the ability to go to the bathroom and not get verbally and physically assaulted.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think that's
exactly.
like a basic human right.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, that's why the employees are.
if it
striking.
isn't, it should be.
No kidding. Speaking of CEOs, though, do we want to talk about the Tesla truck?
Yeah, so I only briefly heard about this, and like I think I saw a picture, but I wasn't sure if it was like the actual thing or if it was just
If
like
it
a
was
spoof.
all triangles,
oh,
whatever it was. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the real
no,
thing.
really?
What is it?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find you a picture of this
Okay.
thing.
It's-
It is so weird.
It's it's a really weird
like-
design.
It's basically looks like it's made out of polygons.
That's kind of cool.
I mean,
I mean, it makes
I
me
mean,
think of, like
it is-
Star Wars or something.
It's cool, but it also kind of looks like when you're waiting for something in a low poly video game to render, or like something out of Star Fox. Like it,
do a barrel roll.
it looks like the Star Fox thing.
What the
I mean,
hell
yeah,
is
I was gonna say it
that?
looks ridiculous, but in a cool way. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
it's meant to. It's called the Cybertruck, and I'm
No.
just like,
That's so
one,
strange.
Not a truck.
You know what
I wanna
think
see it again.
this is?
It look.
I think this is everybody reacting to the fact that Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, took place in November 2019.
Yeah.
And that's passed now. So suddenly somebody's just like, I should make a car that looks like one of the cars from Blade Runner.
Can we just get real hoverboards instead? Like that's actually something people do want.
That's all I want. I've wanted it for 4 years
Not
now.
one of those weird like wheelie things. I just want an actual hoverboard.
I want
that
it.
I can hurt
Yes,
myself on.
please.
Like just let me hurt myself.
I
in
mean,
happiness.
I'd like world peace, but whatever.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Wow.
Never mind the fact that I actually have a shirt that says "Stop Wars," but I just don't want that to be a thing.
I kind of think it looks cool though. It's like the future design.
I mean,
of cars.
It's cool for like a video game, but like not in real
Yeah,
life.
and honestly, it doesn't really fit well with like Tesla's image.
Yeah.
Well,
Honestly,
the thing is,
How
you know
is
what?
it not?
You know what?
well, because like with the Model 3, the X, and everything, like everything's all smooth and everything's streamlined, and then this thing comes in like a
Well,
cardboard
it
box.
looks very sleek. It doesn't say cardboard box to me. It says like sleek and like
It also
straight edges. And
No,
stuff.
it
no, I don't
also
like
just
it.
does not look very aerodynamic in any shape or
Well, I mean,
form.
trucks aren't really aerodynamic to
That's
begin
true.
with.
Actually, I will say what it looks like to me is PlayStation 1 era Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Specifically, her
Yes,
triangle boobs.
yes. Oh my God, yes.
How do you even see out of like
the windshield.
the wind?
pretty.
Yeah, I know, but like the windshield does not look like you could actually kind of see.
Yeah,
out
you'd
of.
have to be like sunk down really
you
far.
Like, you look like you'd have to be like compare like that to the other
I mean,
trucks.
there are cars that have that like slant of a windshield, and you can see out fine out of them.
I don't know.
A lot of them are like.
I don't know.
and Stuff, so,
I mean,
sports
It's
cars.
just kind of ugly looking.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Like if you compare that to the
I mean, it's an interesting design, but
It
it's
is,
just
yeah.
I see
This
what
ain't
they're
it, man.
going
Yeah.
for,
this ain't it.
but it just
I mean,
looks like
that's kind of like a prototype.
Yeah,
thing.
it is a
They
subjective
will
thing.
perfect
Come
the-
on, where's the side
like,
angle of it?
that'll
Okay.
be a thing of the past.
I mean,
like 5 years.
This is like first Sonic versus
So
last
like you
Sonic.
compare that truck
Yeah.
to like the Model X, which is the SUV.
Granted, I will give them 2 points. One, it definitely stands out from because like
It
the
does,
other Tesla
absolutely.
cars kind of look like every other car on the road. The truck sure don't.
Yeah,
Does not
you'll
look like
definitely
anything
make a
else on the
statement
road.
with that.
And two, it's definitely got people talking about it.
yeah.
That is very true.
So I do have to
It's
give
very
them
true.
that, but also just it's something.
I mean, like it like if they wanted to make a truck, it's just like they could have literally followed the same design as the SUV, cut the bottom like back 2 rows there and turn it into a truck bed.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I mean, again, like the only thing I could say is that it does look different from.
It
every
does,
other
it does,
truck.
granted, and
It doesn't look like a truck,
no, it really doesn't.
but it exists.
Also,
It's-
can you imagine if that thing ever like flipped on its back?
It's a turtle.
Yeah.
It's just like on its point balancing.
It's a teeter totter.
Yeah.
Well, actually, but to be fair though, I think Teslas are usually pretty safe
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're super safe.
because they're.
I mean,
weird,
they're
like-
luxury cars.
Well,
like-
that not only that, but it's because like the battery is in the bottom there, so
Yeah.
it's like makes it like really sturdy. Apparently.
Yeah.
If we want to, no, there's something on the microphone. It's probably popcorn.
Yeah,
That
well.
probably sounded great. Does anybody else have any topics, or do we want to move on to
I
something?
do. I have a topic.
Oh boy.
What you got?
So this is an open question to you guys. Did you guys ever hear about kind of the situation that happened with the movie Justice League about 2 years ago?
No.
Oh, what happened? Pray tell.
Aside from the fact that it was bad.
Right?
I mean, okay, there's a surprisingly in-depth story there. So basically, after Batman, Superman, and Suicide Squad came out, they were going to be doing the Justice League movie with, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman,
Yes.
Cyborg, all that jazz. And they had Zack Snyder was making that film because he'd done Batman, Superman, and Man of Steel. And what happened was they were about 2/3 of the way through production. Apparently, there was already tension between Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers because people weren't really responding well to. I feel like we probably touched upon this in some of our earlier podcasts. People haven't really responded well to a lot of Zack Snyder's, choices with Batman, Superman.
Can't
plus Man of
imagine
Steel.
why.
Yeah,
You know,
Martha.
I think being able to see a movie is kind of like the first thing you need to see a
Exactly.
movie.
yeah.
And so what happened was about 2/3 of the way through, unfortunately, one of Zack Snyder's daughters died.
Oh.
So
Aw.
Zack Snyder basically left the project about 2/3 away. I think they had even I think I don't know. But then they brought in Warner Brothers brought in Joss Whedon
Oh,
to do it because if there's two directors that have very similar styles, it's Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon.
Oh dear.
So again, you can already tell where this is gonna go.
Oh no.
And he basically they recut the movie a bunch. They reshot a lot of it to kind of be more in tone with what something Joss Whedon would do. And then the movie happened.
yeah, that's one way
Not
to
only did
describe
it flop, but it was just, I don't know. Have any of you guys seen it?
No.
No.
It's not. It's one of those movies. It's not even bad. It's just so inoffensive. Like I couldn't tell you most of the things that happened in that movie, and this is a freaking Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just casually
We're
showing
we're distracted by puppies.
you're distracted by puppies.
puppies falling downstairs.
But so the movie came out. People didn't really like it. The Zack Snyder fan base hated it because it was just like went from like super dark gritty movie to another super dark gritty movie to randomly everybody's making like random Joss Whedon quips and jokes now, and everything's super bright and colorful. So it's just like it's kind of a pick your poison sort of thing where it's like, do you like the
Jazz.
Joss Whedon sort of style, or do you like the Zack Snyder style? Regardless, it just didn't work because we went from being super dark to suddenly super light, and
Oh no.
that, and plus the whole thing with Henry Cavill's mustache having to get CGI'd out and everything. It was
a hot mess.
It was a hot
yeah.
mess. It was a mess. And to be fair, I honestly don't even blame Joss Whedon for it. I think he probably just did what he was told to do. I blame this entirely on Warner Brothers because I think they just grossly mishandled that everything. But flash forward to now.
Oh no.
For over the past 2 years, there were rumors that Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, he had been finishing
Yeah.
and like getting the effects work done together and everything like that. But it was mainly just like a rumor. It was like, oh, there's a Zack Snyder cut. Even I was just like, I doubt it. And honestly, I wasn't that big on his other two movies, and so I was like, probably wouldn't even be that good. But then I started to kind of reflect back on like when I saw Justice League and like, but it was just so dull. And also, it was really sad because it came out right after Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was so good.
Yeah.
And to be fair, she's probably one of the few characters who isn't like horrifically mishandled
And
in
boring.
Justice League, but she's just kind of there. Although, funny thing is, after Wonder Woman came out, all of the marketing for Justice League put Wonder Woman in front and center, in front of
Of
Batman
course, of
and
course,
Superman.
yeah.
I was
'Cause
like,
it's like the
fuck
only
yeah.
DC movie that's ever
been good.
Pretty much.
Aside from like, I've heard good things about The Dark Knight, though I've never seen them.
Okay, but aside from The Dark Knight, like Wonder Woman is like the
Only
only DC
recent
movie.
decent movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
actually done well.
liked Aquaman, as ridiculous and stupid as it was. I liked Aquaman.
That's not giving it a very good vote of
No,
confidence.
it's
I know,
not.
but I did really.
That's ridiculous and stupid, but I kind of liked it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a movie about fish wars. It's ridiculous, but I loved it. Anyway,
Fish Wars would be a great name for a band.
also Jason Momoa.
True.
And so, actually, speaking of Jason Momoa, he comes into the story because, again, he just had a bunch of success with Aquaman because that movie did really well. And you kind of see DC starting to kind of climb their way out of their little hole, especially with Joker now making like $1 bajillion.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's like, that's not even remotely a franchise type movie. But they're like, well, we can do it. What else do we have to lose?
I think that's DC's entire motto. We can do it.
Yeah, let's try.
We can do it. No, we
Should we?
can't.
Yeah.
No, but we can.
Yeah.
So
No, they don't know, should we?
exactly. So, but again, there was no real like evidence to suggest that this Snyder cut ever existed
It was just
until
hearsay.
Jason Momoa happened.
Oh god.
Jason Momoa was. Somebody asked him, "It's like if about the fate." It's become like a thing of legend. The Snyder cut has become this like legend amongst both like the Zack Snyder fan base and even just DC in general. Like I've been hearing about it, and I've been like, "Oh my god!" Like I don't care about the Zack Snyder cut. Like I'm sure it's probably something, but it's not even finished. and somebody asked Jason Momoa about it, and he's like, "Well, how do you?" And he's like, "Well, here, let me try to imitate Jason Momoa."
Oh dear.
God.
Well, how do you know it isn't finished? And suddenly everyone was just like,
What? Hold.
I'm sorry.
everyone was just like,
Blinking
Pardon?
white guy meme.
and then suddenly, because there'd been like random like extras and like people with like bit parts that they had filmed for the Zack Snyder version that were being like, oh yeah, we actually like did a thing and it was actually kind of dope. So you guys might want to be looking out for something
Pressuring
like
the
that.
Warner Bros. too.
Right.
Pretty much.
yeah.
And then Jason Momoa took to Instagram
Oh,
on his
no.
Instagram
What did
page,
he do now?
literally posting a screen cap from like finished effects and everything from the Zack Snyder cut.
Oh shit.
Wow.
And he was
Oh.
like, release the Snyder cut. And I'm like, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I am intrigued.
Damn.
I am intrigued for a Zack Snyder thing for DC. I can't even imagine like what. The thing is, it's like, and then the guy that played Cyborg was like, release the Snyder cut. And then Gal Gadot was like, release the Snyder cut. And Ben Affleck, who again has no stake in this anymore because he's no longer Batman,
Yeah.
like, release the Snyder cut.
Show that we can actually do a good thing in DC. That's
Right.
not just
Exactly.
And
Wonder
then
Woman.
like Henry Cavill was like, I'm actually never I was never finished playing Superman. And granted, I'm much more interested in seeing him play Geralt in the Witcher series, but anyway, so yeah, suddenly this hype over the past, this only happened over the past couple weeks, but suddenly all these, like the cast of Watchmen that Zack Snyder did, suddenly was like, release the Snyder Cut, you jerks. And so then the Zack Snyder fan base, who I have kind of issues with because a lot of them are kind of, dude bro kind of, oh, it's like super deep, but it's not really. Just because
not
it's
that
dark
deep,
and
though.
gritty means it's amazing.
No.
They're not all like that because you and I'm a fan of some of Zack Snyder's films, but
sometimes it's just not that deep.
yeah, sometimes just not that deep, especially a lot of the DC movies. So yeah, and apparently there's a statement from Warner Brothers out being like, we have no plans to release it, but I'm like, I doubt.
But it exists.
But it does
yeah.
exist now.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I kind of want to see it because it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, could it possibly be a dumpster fire? Most likely. Like, I don't know. But
and
it would at least have given us like that. It's something I will give both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. They at least gave us something. It was mostly a colossal mess, but it gave us something.
Yep. Yeah.
Like it made statements about things. It was ham-fisted and pretentious as fuck, but it did give us something.
Meanwhile, in an alternate universe, people are screaming about releasing the Joss Whedon cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just one of those things that I just like for something I didn't care about for like years. I'm now weirdly invested in, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's just something I just thought was kind of interesting that happened over the past couple weeks. I'm like, so yeah, that was a really
Interesting.
long-winded story, but it needed build up to.
Yeah, no,
reach
that
its
was
full
good.
potential.
It's pretty intriguing, though.
Yeah, it was.
And also, it's just like seeing. I very rarely see this much pushback over a release of like a different kind of a movie from like the actors and the crew and even like the director, because the director's gone on record saying like, yeah, I've been like working on this. Because again, it also like you do kind of I do feel bad from the fact that, well, again, what is the family situation that happened that pulled him away from the film, and then seeing the film that he would have been working on for like 2
Turn
years
into that.
get cut up. So yeah, the whole Zack Snyder cut I'm surprisingly intrigued about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
If we want to continue on the movies thing, did we want to talk about Disney Plus again?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Yes.
Because so what was it you were saying about like how it got hacked or something like that?
Yeah, I had heard that, like, I guess because there was so many people signing onto it at once that it
Yeah.
just crashed the servers,
Yeah.
and I guess, like, some hackers found their way in there and just, like, shot the shit out of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like because I've been on it actually quite a lot now. The only issue I ever had was on the first day when it came out. I watched the first episode of The Mandalorian, which is, oh my god, it's amazing. And then I tried to watch an episode of the Clone Wars cartoon, and I was like, oops, something went wrong. I'm like, oh, okay, here's where everything
Here it
goes.
Yeah.
But I have had no trouble since then. But I do hear
Okay.
that. Like, I hear it's like okay now, but I think the first day was just like
Oh, yeah, it was
crashing.
just
No, I've
mayhem,
heard so
yeah.
many
Place.
criticisms from so many fans online. Just like, first of all, that like there's no like continue watching.
Yes,
there
that is
was
my
no
mo-
continue
my main
watching
complaint.
feature
Yeah,
to
they're
it.
bringing it out now, I think.
Yeah, and then like again, it crashed on its first day, and it's kind of like, okay, Disney, streaming services have been around for a very long time.
You think Disney of all people?
Like,
Yeah.
you should be able to predict that, like, again,
It's going to be
It's
popular?
a huge corporation here, like, part of many people's childhoods. Like, you should predict that, like, yeah, you're gonna have probably a few million people signing on the very first day.
Well, especially because like you're launching it with possibly the most expensive TV show ever produced.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Like,
And a bunch of other stuff.
just
Yeah.
prepare for the worst and make sure that your app doesn't crash on the very first day.
Well, yeah, because that was the statement they made. Was like, well, we expected a lot of people. We didn't expect this many people.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not expect
You have-
that many people?
You have all of your Disney content, you have all of your Marvel content, and you have all of your Star Wars content.
And you're promising new content as well.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you finish, but I have a Disney Plus
Okay,
story
'cause
after.
I'm not done with this
Nope.
rant. I just
Yeah,
think it's
no.
super dumb
Finish
that
the
they
rant.
like wouldn't prepare for like literally millions of people logging in at on the same day, probably at the same time in lots of places as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, this is 2019 for God's sake. Like, streaming has been around for a long time. We have the technology to like
have
prepare for
the
that. So why
technology.
wouldn't you take every precaution? Like, it's only giving you a bad rep.
Yep.
And apparently, like, I've still heard like some people have like canceled their subscriptions already because like they're not happy with it because like so many features that like is kind of very commonplace with other streaming services Disney didn't want to do right away.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you not want to do that stuff? Like, first of all, like the continue watching thing where people will
Yeah,
like, stop
I don't
watching
understand why that is.
a TV
wasn't
show.
included.
They have to go through if a series has like 10 seasons, they have to go through literally every season or something to
Yeah, it's
find where they
kind
left
of
off. It's like, why would you not
bullshit.
have that?
Well, because I was watching Force Awakens on there, because they have all the Star Wars movies on there in 4K, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But I was watching Force Awakens, and I got about 20 minutes in, and I had to pause and like get out of the app to do something else, and it was like, okay, I want to go back to watching Force Awakens. I have to start all over again. And, like,
Like,
fast
even,
forward
like,
to
Yeah.
where I was.
even like DVDs, like, and like
Even DVDs,
And
yeah,
VHS,
you take
like,
it out, you put it back in, it goes
it's the
off
same
in
spot.
Exactly. I don't know why
Yeah.
they wouldn't do that if they're trying to be
like,
unique or
freaking
whatever.
old technology now did that. Why not you?
Yeah, like honestly, and apparently too. So yeah, in Canada and the States, it's different prices, obviously. But people were very confused about that because it had only been advertised as like $6.99 a month. And I think the day it came out, they said like $8.99, and
Yeah.
everyone was like, "What? What are you talking about? This has only been advertised as like $2 cheaper. Like, what's up with this?" But yeah, it was different pricing, which they didn't talk about.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of just
that's
on.
very misleading.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of just on us because we also like we should know by now that Canadian pricing and American pricing is always going to be different.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, they hadn't said what the Canadian price was going to be. They only
Yeah, they
advertised the
hadn't
American
announced it,
price.
yeah.
That's misleading.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That is considered false advertising.
Yeah.
Like, legally, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like there was like it was on my Facebook wall and it like said like $8.99 and like every comment on there was like, what? I thought this was $6.99. Like
Yeah.
every single comment, and it's like, oh, like
They
then
didn't
finally
really
people were
articulate
realizing,
that
like,
well.
okay, this is the Canadian price. Like, hey, you should advertise that like. While like as when you're advertising how cheap it is for the States, also do that for Canada because
Yeah.
that is misleading. And
Also,
it's-
though I should say I'm also kind of excited for the Lizzie McGuire to be back.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh wait, are they bringing it back?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing a reboot, like
Yeah,
not a
doing
reboot, but like a
sequel. Basically.
Oh,
with
no.
all the original
So Lizzie's
cast.
in her 30s
Oh,
in New York.
no.
I'm kind of down for it though.
Apparently
Oh,
not the
no.
original cast. Miranda, I don't think is going to be in it.
Well, so didn't something happen to her?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Gordo,
Gordo's back.
but apparently Lizzie's going to have a thing with Ethan, and it's like,
I don't even remember who
no,
Ethan is.
he was pretty, but he was dumb, and she and Gordo were the best ever, and they were a couple in the movie.
Oh no, what have I done?
What have you done? Yes. no.
Anyways, Devin, didn't you have a story?
God.
Let's stop that where it goes.
No,
Yeah.
piss me off.
It does. Apparently, I haven't actually watched it myself yet, but they actually have, at least on Disney Plus, they have a slightly altered version of A New Hope. And when you hear what it is,
Oh.
it's the stupidest thing.
Oh, is this the thing
Oh.
you're talking? That yeah.
Yes. So, you guys, I'm sure, are aware of the whole Han shot first controversy of how they kept changing that. So,
Okay.
basically, in A New Hope, there's the scene where you first meet Han Solo, and there's Greedo encounters him at the bar, and they're both sitting down. And in the original cut, the one that was released in theaters, Han shoots Greedo first,
Okay.
and Greedo's dead.
Yeah.
And then, apparently, in the special editions, the editions that George Lucas has made sure that are the only editions out right now, which people are really mad about, they changed that scene to make it look like Greedo shoots at Han first, so Han's more shooting out of self-defense. Again,
Bullshit.
which is bullshit, because it's just like, oh, so much for like any sort of like tiny bit of moral ambiguity to your characters, George, whatever. But I was like, I don't really care. But thing is, every edition they released after that, they changed that scene like ever so slightly.
God.
Like the first change,
Become a
it was
meme.
like Greedo like very clearly shoots at Han first, and Han shoots afterwards. Because they also add this stupid thing where like he shoots at Han, and they like digitally make it look like Han moves to the side slightly, but it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Because this is like 90s
It looks
CGI.
so
It looks so
bad.
bad. And then every other edition, basically the timing between their blaster shots gets slightly cut. So basically at this point, it looks like they pretty much shoot at the same time, which I'm like, okay, if that's your kind of,
Way to fix it.
fine. But then in the
But also,
Disney
if you're
Plus
gonna film,
version,
I'm just like, if you're gonna film something, stick with what you film.
Yeah.
tell that to
Exactly.
George Lucas. That's that's a whole other thing. But the Disney Plus version, they don't change anything specifically between the shots. But there's the line where Greedo goes, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. And then Han goes, yes, I bet you have. And then they blast each other. Well, in here, right after Han says, yes, I bet you have, they give a random line to Greedo, an unsubtitled line, so you don't know what he's saying, but Greedo literally just goes, McClunky, bang, dead. It's the funniest goddamn thing, because it's like, just go, yes, I bet you have, McClunky,
Oh, no.
it's not one of those things that people have misheard. He literally just goes, McClunky. It's so goddamn funny. And like people have gone online now, they've like remixed like all the Star Wars deaths to have McClunky. The best one was with Yoda where he goes, there is another Skywalker. McClunky.
Oh, dear.
So great.
I think my other favorite was Supreme Leader Snoke. He just looks down at the lights and he goes, McClunky.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the best. God bless George Lucas and his weird goddamn editions to these
Oh,
things.
my
I feel like we
God.
could just stop that at God bless George Lucas and his weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's just a
Okay.
thing.
Anyways, I'm going to take this time for a little bit of an ad break.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
This is your first time hearing it, too, isn't it?
Ooh,
Is
but
it?
what? Yes, I
I
think
think
it
it
is.
is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he hasn't heard the
I'm
script
so
yet.
excited.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, prepare.
McClunky.
Oh, I want to do the Disney be prepared, but I can't because it's copyright.
Didn't you already? No, that was before.
That was before we started. Damn it. Okay.
McClunky.
Want high quality clothing that's eco-friendly? Then the Great North Apparel is for you. Made from organic cotton and bamboo and is extremely soft. They're also doing their part for the environment. 10% of the profits they receive go towards conservation efforts around the world. So if you want some comfy clothes while helping the environment, go to thegreatnorth.net and use the code JKTRadio at checkout to get 30% off your order.
Guts.
Yeah, like I think the first time you did that, I was like, how many car commercials did you watch?
Every time Trevor makes that speech, a child grows a mustache.
It's Trevor. He
And
just
turns
continues to grow
into
more
Sam
mustache.
Elliott.
God damn it, Wyatt, the friend of our lives.
There's just an infinite number of Sam Elliots in the world now.
I am so okay with that. Sam Elliott is a national
He's a
treasure.
fantastic person.
I
Oh my
love
god.
Sam
He's
Elliott.
the only. He was probably the only good cast. No, he's the only casting that I wish they had continued with his Dark Material.
Him and Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Nicole Kidman.
I
as
like
Miss
the new
Coulter,
girl.
But I really like Ruth Wilson as well.
Yeah, I don't-
So,
I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
her
she's
name.
good, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Actually, have we talked about his Dark Materials at all on this?
we
We've talked about it briefly.
We talked about it when it first premiered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a few episodes in now.
Yeah.
And although it was really annoying because it wasn't uploaded on like the normal time.
Yeah,
this
we
week.
missed the most recent episode because
you did?
it like randomly just wasn't on Crave for like a couple days after. it
Oh,
came
interesting.
Out.
We watched it like the day it came out.
Yeah.
Weird.
Episode.
Because
Yeah.
I went on.
Yeah, we
Crave
went
and
to
there
go
was
look at
only
it. It's like, why
episodes.
wasn't it there?
No, like,
Oh.
because I think we did miss one. We watched it Monday when it was supposed to be up Sunday, whatever day.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't
'cause
know.
for us it comes up on Monday, and it was up on Monday.
No, yeah,
it was up on like what, Tuesday?
It was like Wednesday for me when I
Oh yeah,
checked.
no, we watched it way earlier than that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, but yeah, his Dark Material is very good.
It's so good.
It's
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
I love the intro. It's funny. So Trevor and I were in the car one day, like listening to the radio, and the radio person was talking about like TV shows where you just don't skip the intro because you love it. Mm-hmm. This is one of those shows.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It is amazing. The music is beautiful. I guess
the composition of it.
yeah, the composition, everything is just amazing. I love it so much. I will never ever skip
Yeah.
that intro because it's so
It's like,
cool.
what are the ones that like, because like I never used to skip the intro for the original Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
Voltron.
I never skip the intro for Doctor Who.
See, I don't watch
some
Doctor.
some Disney shows.
Main Game of Thrones. When it
Yes,
was on.
Game of Thrones.
You do not.
You
skip
don't
that
skip the Game of Thrones.
No,
opening.
you don't.
Like if you do, there's
Yeah.
something wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, there's some shows where they don't put a lot of effort into the intro because
Yeah.
they know that people don't care, but then there are ones that they make it a masterpiece, and it's
Oh, yeah.
like, no, it is a crime
You know,
to skip
you know
that.
what's the newest one? Well, for Devin, anyways, because I loved the show when it was originally on air.
What?
Gravity Falls.
I
Yeah.
still don't watch it, yeah.
The intro is really good for that one
Cool.
too, and
Alright.
there's got a lot like little like secrets in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's something I noticed with both Gravity Falls and Voltron, where it's like you first hear the opening, it's like, okay, that's
Generic.
the standard generic opening.
Yeah.
But the more times you hear it, the more into it you get. So it's like by the first episode of like Gravity Falls and Voltron, I'm like, okay, but then like by like the end of it, I was just like, yeah.
But yeah, back to his Dark Materials, though. So, like, you guys are all caught up then?
No,
No,
we're
we
not.
haven't seen the newest one.
Oh, okay. never mind then.
Because we weren't able to watch it on Monday.
Okay. Well, this isn't a spoiler or anything, but, so, do you know the character of Will?
Oh yeah, I read
Okay,
the
good.
books.
Yeah,
He vaguely
I want to
knows.
read the book.
They're good.
Books. Yeah, I know of him and everything that goes on. They have him cast, apparently. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's not surprising already. They've already shown the other world.
yeah.
Yeah, apparently they've already been filming season 2.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, season 2 was greenlit before season 1 premiered.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm really happy because they're actually doing the books right, and like
Yeah.
there's some things that they've done that are weird or like not weird, but like they're interesting the way they've done it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like I'm really happy, even if it is different. The only thing that actually has bothered me so far
Yeah.
is the purse scene
Percy.
with the white bag.
Yeah.
And there's only one specific reason.
Okay.
So, in the books, like she's carrying the bag up pretty early on and always carries it around.
Yeah.
So it's more impactful and it's more of an established thing that she's always got this bag.
Yeah.
With the alethiometer.
Yeah.
And then then she's told to take it off. Whereas, like in the show, she puts it on for like 20 minutes, and then she's told to take it off, and it's like that's a bit kind of
Oh,
weird to me because
yeah.
it's an established thing. Like
Yeah.
clearly to me, if Miss Coulter was any kind of smart, she would recognize that. Why are you suddenly carrying this white purse that you were
Yeah.
not carrying before? Like, there is a reason. There's something you're keeping on you that you're hiding. Whereas
Yeah.
before, it's like, well, no, I'm always carrying this around.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know. That kind of irked
So,
me
like, yeah,
a little.
in the books, like, she's always carrying it with her,
Yeah,
and then in the
like,
TV
yeah.
show, not so much?
Yeah, like she originally, I don't remember exactly when she starts wearing it, and it's been years since I read
Well,
the
it's
book.
because I think
Yeah.
it was like something she decides she likes that she pairs with it
No, yeah.
for a while, I think.
no,
So I
what
think
it-
when Mrs. Coulter insults it, it's kind of like...
No. Oh, no.
No. In the
No.
the show, like,
In
she
the
wears the
books,
bag to hide.
Yeah, to keep the
thing. Yeah.
alethiometer on her.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember it differently then, yeah.
Yeah, no, in the book, she carries the alethiometer on her in the thing. And I don't remember exactly when she does that. I do know that the monkey, like, finds it, and then she's like, he knows, and then she starts to keep it on her
Yeah.
in the book. But I think she might even be wearing it on her for a while before that. So, like, it's an established thing that she's pretty early on, she's carrying it around pretty often.
Yeah.
Whereas, then it's like suddenly she's carrying it around, and then she's told to take it off immediately, and it's like, okay, you've removed most of the impact of her
So,
carrying this bag
Is
around.
it like a similar situation, like if like in Harry Potter, if he was told to like cover up a scar for like the entire like thing? Is it like
No.
that big of a deal? Or?
No, it's not a huge deal.
It's a pretty
Okay.
small detail, but
It's
alright,
a
you know,
small
it's-
detail. It's just it makes it weird a little bit.
Okay.
Because it'd be more like I can't think of any examples. It's just weird because like suddenly like here's a purse that's actually kind of vaguely ish important. Oh, take it off now. It's like, okay, but you could have omitted the purse if you wanted to. Like it clearly had no impact. Whereas
Yeah.
in the earlier on, like she was
Yeah,
still
so like
wearing
you're
it.
saying like there was no reason for them to introduce it if they're just
Yeah.
gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, like they get rid of it regardless.
Okay,
But
yeah.
she's meant to like be wearing it longer in order to establish that this is a thing.
Yeah.
That she keeps the compass on her.
Yeah, to make people aware it's like, hey, she has something in there that's important to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas instead of like, well, take it off. Why did you just put this on? You just got home and you put it on. What are you doing? Take it off.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like, okay. It'd be like
It just doesn't make any sense to establish it then to like get rid of it.
exactly. It'd be
Yeah.
like, you lived here your entire life. Suddenly you decide you're going to start carrying around your bag at all times on your shoulder at all times.
Yeah.
Trevor's like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Take it off. Like, why have you decided to do this now? What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just kind of a
Oh yeah, I get
weird.
it. Yeah. Yeah, that's how
But
weird.
other than that, like, I'm loving the way the show's going.
Oh yeah. me
Yeah,
too.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I never read the books or anything. I only became like aware that they were actually books when I like was aware of like them actually doing like the novels.
Oh,
Like,
properly.
yeah, properly, exactly. I didn't know that like when the North American movie came out, I didn't realize it was an actual book series. And
Oh,
then-
yeah.
And then like because they like showed like the same like plot and stuff with the original movies. You're like, oh, this is the same thing. Then I started looking it up and like, oh, it's a book
Yeah.
series. So I kind of want to read it now, but
Well,
I
there
also
you go,
can't.
Trevor. There's a Christmas gift for you.
I
You
think-
have not been paying attention.
I already have things planned out.
Yeah,
I'm paying
no, he-
attention.
he's already got it,
Teasing.
yeah. But like, I also don't really know if I can read it because like it's so the author Philip Pullman like he hasn't stated that it's specifically for young adults, but it was marketed towards that demographic.
Why would you not be able to read it then?
Well, because for me, I've noticed that like as I got a little bit older, like I used to love young adult novels because I was a young adult. Now that I've gotten older, I can't
Like, tolerate young adult.
not tolerate, but I can't like.
a lot of it you find is written for people that's like younger than you.
I guess what's the word when like you like want to be able to like connect? I can't connect
Oh.
with the characters because again they're always like super young and they don't really like know themselves well and stuff.
I
and,
mean-
like, that's why I just can't read young adult novels.
I understand
anymore.
it. I would put it on kind of similar level as like Harry Potter in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
definitely still accessible as an adult. I
Yeah,
think.
it's like Harry Potter level kind of thing,
Okay.
where it's like it is. They're still young characters.
Yeah.
But it's taken much more maturely than you might expect.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or even like I would, maybe not Aragon, but kind of in the same like realmish.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like super young kind of thing. I wouldn't really even really classify it as young adult, honestly.
No, it isn't. Like again, like the author himself stated that like it's not marketed toward like one specific demographic, but that's how they
They-
I guess the publishing house
Yeah.
wanted to do it. So,
Well, that's kind of what resulted in the movie, isn't it? It's another movie we don't talk
because
about.
the books have always interested me because like I've done like more reading like into them because like I like to like it's just me. I like to like get more into depth about like a TV show or movie that I really enjoy or books or whatever, and like it has a lot of like definitely more mature themes. It's like kind of based like very much around religion as
Oh,
well.
not kind of.
Yeah.
It is.
Again, I haven't read the book, so I don't
Yeah,
know. But
that's
like what I
very
read about
much-
them is like religion is a huge part of it. and a lot
They
of it mirrors
literally fight.
Christianity.
They literally fight God.
Yeah, like I haven't read the book. So.
This isn't an exaggeration.
Well, it's very much like there's very kind of anti-religious overtones in the books
Yeah.
that they did purposely did not carry over into the movie because
Oh, yeah.
they were always very much being like, "Bitch, we're on TV, we can get away with that shit."
This bitch,
They
we're-
don't want to
we're
deal with the
HBO.
whole Life of Brian situation.
Yeah.
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 It's very like they literally have like angels. Like
Yeah.
there's a
Oh,
lot.
I know there's angels and there's like witches and angels and all this
Yeah,
jazz in it. So.
I don't want to see. There's too much I could say because, like, even Devin, like, you've only read like.
I read the
half of
first
two.
book and about halfway through book 2, and then I kind of stopped for whatever reason.
So you're not spoiling anything for me because I've already got kind of like gone
Yeah,
into the lore.
but there is
and
some
stuff.
things that it's like. Also, because we're on,
Yes,
you know,
I know
these
yeah,
two.
That's true, yeah.
so We do have to be careful.
I use the washroom.
Okay.
Oh, how professional.
Wow. I mean, just get up and leave.
I mean, hasn't Jack
When-
done that, though?
Hey?
Didn't Jack do that in his Undertale playthrough?
Yeah, that is true.
For like a minute and a half?
Yeah. So.
Oh, speaking of TV shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although one...
Yeah,
since he's
sorry,
in the
yeah,
washroom,
yeah.
I'm just like, because they literally compare Eve to... Or like, they literally compare Lara to Eve.
Oh, they do. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Again,
so-
like I've read stuff in
Yeah.
Wikipedia. So
Actually,
like,
I don't want to spoil that
yeah,
part.
nothing spoiled for me because I've spoiled myself.
Yeah.
Also onto TV shows, Dragon Prince season 3
I
has
know
come out.
now. That probably sounded great on the mic because I just smacked the other one.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, Dragon Prince is
We've
it's
mentioned
a
it
big
a few
thing,
times.
like for Netflix and stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, Dragon Prince, it's an awesome TV show for those like who haven't.
It's
Like,
really,
who've
it's
forgotten about
really
it.
good.
So it's created by the people who did Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Like the TV show. Not the
Yes,
movie.
We don't establish that. We don't talk about that movie. That movie
Yeah,
doesn't
so it's
exist.
created by them, and it's like obviously like fantasy and like fairy tale stuff. It's really good. And
It's
so
so
season
good.
3 came out, and I watched the
I'm
first
so
3 episodes
excited
today, and I'm already I
I'm
love
literally.
it
I'm
so
gonna go
much.
home after this. I'm just gonna. I mean, we were gonna watch more of it after the podcast, anyways.
Yeah, the
but,
first episode. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna binge as much as I can get away with before I have to go to bed
Yeah.
because I have an early shift tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
My only thing about it is that like. Unfortunately, I mean, the animation has gotten like much
Leagues
better, but there still are some scenes where it's kind of choppy.
It's like when they slow down, then it kind of seems to get like choppier.
Yeah,
action-
like with slower movement, it's like okay, there's a wing
see-
up there, then all of a sudden it's way down at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
so.
like they don't really quite have enough frames in
Yeah.
there. But I mean, like, I don't know. I'm
Action
still
scenes,
enjoying it.
There
They're
was one
flawless.
action scene that you haven't seen yet, and I've
Oh.
kind of because I like to spoil myself with things. I watched a few like not a few episodes, but like I watched a clip from like later episodes, and there's an amazing scene involving Rayla.
Were you just like watching like compilations of like all of the Rayla Caleb moments?
No, what I was doing, I was on Netflix, and I was just like looking through every episode, and kind of compilations. I was like, just like watching anything that involved Rayla. And
So
Callum.
yes, exactly what I just
I mean, it's not really
said.
a compilation because it's not packed together.
No, but you were watching ship moments.
Yes, it was.
Yes, that's exactly what I asked. And you said no, and then you told me what you were watching, and it was exactly
Whatever.
the same thing.
I mean, okay, it wasn't specifically them. There are other characters in these scenes, but just the two of them in a scene together. So that's not really moments exactly. So
One could classify those as moments.
Those are moments. They are moments of them two together. Those are ship moments
Fine.
because the ship is in the same space together,
All right, fine, okay.
and it is a
I
compilation.
have acknowledged that you were correct. I was wrong, Chrissy.
They are compilations because it's all together.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, but there's a really awesome action scene involving Rayla, and just like this is really cool, and it was really super fast paced, and they did that amazingly well.
I'm really excited to see Callum learn more magic.
Yeah.
Like I know he's probably gonna learn more this season. Like
Yeah.
I'm super excited because like they've already hinted at him learning a bit of the the Moon Arcanum.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, that's really exciting.
I want them to make more episodes though, because it's only like 8 or 9 episodes still.
Well, yeah, like there because I think it's like the first. I read something on them. It's like the first 3 seasons are like the first series, and then they're doing another season, another series that's like 2 seasons, and then the final series.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know, but
Because I know, because like how they have it is kind of like books,
yeah,
like Avatar.
like Avatar.
So, yeah.
But there's got to be at least 6 because there's a 6 primal.
Oh
Forces.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we know
Yeah.
that they're doing that at least, hopefully, unless they get.
Oh, they won't. They're doing
no.
quite well. So.
Yeah, but I mean, things have been weirder. Oh, speaking of shows that were canceled though,
Yeah.
and no, English didn't work there. Don't acknowledge it.
That's okay.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's coming back.
I know. Yeah.
I just wanted.
Well, yeah, Fox picked them up, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think so, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, because they were supposed to be canceled like last year or something,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Well,
Fox
yeah, there's, like,
immediately
ending.
picked them up.
I'm just mostly because like that's more Devin's thing, but he's still peeing.
Yeah, wow,
Jesus, man.
unprofessional.
Like how dare?
Right when
just
we're
curious
almost
how
done this episode
Oh,
too.
how much
Are we
time?
really?
Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Oh
Okay,
my
alright.
God, that went really fast.
I know,
So,
it went really quick. Yeah.
Okay. Any more topics then?
Well, do we? My thumb's better.
Yeah, there we go. Thumb update.
Thumb update. It is better. So actually, do we? Although this subject would be better for Kira, so I'll have to bring it up next time as well. What is the weirdest injury that you've had out of nowhere?
Oh God, where do I
What do you mean out of
start?
nowhere? Like you didn't realize
Like you have
it?
no idea how it
Oh.
happened or where it came from.
I mean, I have had bruises on my legs. I've just woken up with things, so I don't really know.
I'm old, so I get them all the time. I have had one where I've either I got out of bed weird one day or I got up from the couch weird one day, and just like at one point in my bed, no, it was between my shoulder blades, but more on the right side. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I did. I don't know how I fixed it, but for some reason, for like a solid day and a half, I couldn't like bend a certain way, and I couldn't lift my right arm like
jeez.
past like above my
Like
shoulder.
you pinched a nerve or something.
Yeah, I did something, but like I have no idea what I did.
Yeah. I still don't know what, because like originally I think I mentioned on the when we were doing the gaming or whatever, it was like I thought it was a sprain,
Yeah.
which it is not. I know that because the swelling has gone down, and I still don't really know what it is because it still hurts in that spot. But
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what I've done here.
Yeah, you must have been like allergic to something.
Well, I mean,
then.
because so like the leading theory is that because I work with hay at work because I have to stick hay into like these balls for the birds.
Yeah.
And I'm allergic to hay, but like I get like hay fever.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I break out into hives.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing I can think of that would have stabbed me and gotten embedded in my skin.
Yeah.
And I am allergic to hay in that sense, but that still doesn't quite make sense to me. So I have no idea what's happening here.
And you wouldn't have got bit by anything?
Well, I mean, I get bit by things every day. But
I mean, that's true, but...
Like, I got bit by a bird a bunch of times. What was it, yesterday, I think? Because, poor thing got, like, wrapped up in some sort of...
Aw.
I don't know. It tried to strangle itself, honestly.
Oh, Jesus.
On a,
Jesus.
like, bird toy, because it was, like, yarn or something.
Oh.
And it freaked... The birds do not like it when you put your hand in the cage to feed
No.
them. Because, like, you got to take the food out.
Yeah, of
do all
course.
that shit. But it freaked out, and of course it's a budgie, and budgies are evil.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I had to, like, get scissors, like, have my manager bring in scissors so I could cut it off and, like, hold it in my hand.
Yeah.
Very angry bird. And try and, like, twist it off of its neck. So, like, I had to, like, weave the scissors carefully against its neck to, like,
Yep.
lift it up.
Yep.
And it's like, the poor thing, like, I think it eventually kind of understood that I was helping it, but it
Yeah.
was not happy.
It just wasn't having any of it.
I don't like budgies, and I hate hamsters.
Maybe they can sense that then.
No, I hate them because they're evil.
Yeah, and they can sense that.
They,
you hate
yeah,
them,
they
so
could
it's like you
probably
that
sense
way.
it then.
Well, see, I didn't hate them before. I didn't hate them
Okay,
before I started
okay.
working
So
there.
it grew while working there.
It became because I kept getting bit by them.
Oh,
Russian
well.
hamsters are full of unbridled rage. They are tiny balls of evil. Don't get a hamster, kids.
And with that, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you again for coming out, listening in, and
Where have you gone to
For
come
sure.
out?
Yeah.
Well, what to the YouTube, wherever they happen to be.
We will resurrect Kira next week.
Yes,
Hopefully.
I will climb the balcony mountains and I will find her and we'll bring her back.
We will retrieve her.
Yes. Be sure to like and comment. Make sure let us know if we're doing good or not, or if you have any suggestions
Tell
for
us
topics or
your
anything
weird
like that.
injuries you've
Yes.
gotten.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
what was it?
Good incentive.
Knick, knack, paddle, whack, give the dog a bell?
Well,
Yeah, something
Something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Yes, I know, but it's give a dog a bell because hit the bell button.
Is it?
To
Oh,
to
get
subscribe
pressed,
and smash
Hit
the
the bell.
smash the bell button.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are good at this.
I know,
We
right?
are.
Where is Kira when you need
I know.
her? So yeah, actually, you know where Kira is? She's at Red Light Gaming.
That is very true. So be sure to check them out. And
She's probably playing Pokemon right now.
very true. And Devin's gone and fucked off somewhere, but he's got his own stuff, so
He does
that's
his
down there
movies.
below.
You got
we
your
got
music.
I got music down below. Jason's got music down below. Boobs has film
movies.
things down below. Just
I have
just,
nothing but my own
Just
existence.
check out
Just
everything.
check the description. Everything will be there, and be
have
sure
sadness.
to subscribe to our gaming channel as well. We're very excited about it, and we have a lot more things planned for it
Please
in the
love
future.
us.
Why, hello there. Do you like to see chunky boys beating the shit out of skimpy ladies? So do I. Now let me tell you where you can watch this. The JKT Radio Gaming YouTube channel. To find us, go to the JKT Radio Podcast channel, go to the featured channels on the sidebar. It's literally the only one there. Click it. It's glorious. Lick it if you must. But click it. And then you can watch us play video games all the time. And beat Skimpy Ladies as the chunkiest boys. Goodbye.